Hello, Aries, and welcome to Sincere Tarot, where you get the raw, honest truth. This is your mid-April tarot forecast. So, your theme for mid-April is the Hierophant, also known as the High Priest. Convention, tradition, wisdom. You might be practicing a religion that you maybe practiced as a child or your family practiced. There might be some sort of a group or organization, doesn't need to be religious, but some sort of group that you are joining, which you can gain a lot of wisdom from, higher learning. This could also be looking at things from a higher perspective, seeing the big picture. This could be a Taurus energy. Let's pull some cards and see what the higher meaning of this is for you this month. So I've got 3 different decks: my Tarot of the Cat deck, Thoth deck, and Mystic Mondays deck, representing what's happening on the surface, beneath the surface, and advice cards. I've shuffled them off camera, but as you can see, I'm showing you that I am shuffling them, or cutting them, pardon me. And if you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. And make sure you stick around until the end, where you pick your own destiny card, so you use your intuition for the rest of the reading. Okay, this is interesting. So for the 3rd and the 4th week, we've got King of Wands and King of Pentacles energy. So we all have masculine and feminine, right? So even if you're a woman, you could either be one of 2 things, either tapping into your masculine energy, or 2, masculine energy around you is allowing you to tap into your masculine energy. Or obviously if you're a male, you are definitely more in your masculine energy. So I'll show you what we've got because we just have these 2 cards, for the 3rd and the 4th week, kind of just not really going anywhere. I feel like overall, there are more things going on beneath the surface than action above the surface, okay? And maybe that's the stillness that you need to actually tap into some tradition, rituals, maybe some ancient customs that your family had. All right, so this is what's happening during the 1st week. On the surface, we've got the King of Wands. Beneath the surface, we've got the Ace of Wands, and your advice card is the Chariot, okay? So obviously, this is most likely you, because you're a fire sign. Wands represents fire energy. So I feel like you really are coming into your own, your strong Aries essence, your fiery essence, where you are, to me, fire signs are authentic. They express themselves honestly. They're not afraid to have a lot of attention or be in the media or things like that. Beneath the surface, we've got this Ace of Wands energy. So I feel like you have a rebirth of this fiery energy within you, which must be very refreshing. This is a very spiritual energy, and also can be a very sexual energy as well. So yeah, I feel like you're really tapping into your fiery energy. And your advice card is the Chariot. So obviously this could be one of 2 things, right? This could be telling you to actually physically move or go on a holiday or travel. Obviously, we're limited, a lot of us around the world. But what this means, no matter what, is that whatever it is that you want, whatever goal it is that you want, go for it. You can succeed with whatever you want. This is a higher arcana card as well, so it's very powerful. So whatever you put your mind to, you've got the energy to move forward and accomplish whatever it is you want to accomplish. All right, so for the 4th week, and there's going to be a little bit of crossover with the weeks, right? Oh, Lord. Okay, so 4th week, on the surface, we've got the King of Pentacles energy. Beneath the surface, we've got the 8 of Cups energy, indolence, and your advice card is the Queen of Swords. So essentially, I feel like there's going to be some sort of disappointment. You might be disappointed by someone else. I mean, this could be your energy as well. The King of Pentacles is very practical, I mean, the thing is, it's not actually very well aspected here with the 8 of Cups, right? So because this King of Pentacles is not very well aspected, I would say that maybe this person is greedy, and they could be hoarding, and they might not be very generous. They might just be being very selfish for personal gain. Or you might be feeling that energy because of disappointment. So the 8 of Cups, or indolence, is abandoned efforts where there used to be a lot of emotional and maybe even spiritual fulfillment. It's now gone, it's empty. So it's like giving up, right? So I kind of have this vibe of someone going for the last scraps of what's left over. this could be anything that was emotionally fulfilling. So that could have been a job, that could have been where you live, that could have been a relationship with a family member, a friend, or a lover, anything like that, right? But yeah, your advice is the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords as an advice card is saying, be ruthless, be clear. You want to separate yourself from this emotional feeling when you're making decisions. You need to be making decisions from your head, logical, rational, detached from emotion. Okay, this is the Swords tends to be one of the more detached signs, and the Queen of Swords can sometimes be the bitch of the deck because she just goes for what she wants. And that's your advice card, is to detach yourself from the emotional aspect, and just to go for exactly what you want, to look at things clearly. You are not to use your heart in this decision. If there's a decision or any type of decision that you need to make, because you're too upset right now to be asking your heart to decide for you. Your heart needs to heal a bit first. And just remember to look at things from a higher perspective, and you might want to keep some balance by, having a ritual or some sort of tradition from your family, okay? All right, pick a number 1, 2, or 3. You are going to pick your own destiny cards. So please comment below if this reading's resonated with you so far. So what is it you're wanting to go for with that Chariot energy? What is it that you're disappointed with that 8 of Cups energy? And are you tapping back into some sort of like tradition or ritual? It could even be just like starting meditation or anything really, any type of tradition. Let me know in the comments. All right, if you picked 1, let's see what we've got. Oh, wow. Interesting. Oh, this is cool. Okay, so if you picked 1, on the surface, we've got the High Priest, which is also known as the Hierophant, okay? And then beneath the surface, we've got the 4 of Cups, luxury, and then your advice card is the King of Wands, okay? So, and you also had the King of Wands for the 3rd week as well, so that's cool. So I feel like if you picked 1 for your destiny cards, you really do need to make sure that you will be tapping into some sort of ritual, religion, tradition, maybe learning more about your family, your past. You also might want to focus a little bit on forgiveness, but make sure it's real, not superficial. The 4 of Cups can sometimes be a little bit superficial, kind of like acting like you're forgiving someone when you're really not, or doing things or saying things or behaving in a way because you feel like it's the way that you're supposed to, but it's actually a little bit, you're not really, that's, not the way that you really feel deep down. Like, well, I forgive this person for that, but you actually still hate them. And, I think you might be trying to rush having the higher perspective. This takes a bit of time. These higher arcana cards, they take a lot of time, right? So make sure that you're going through fully with forgiveness, with looking at things from a higher perspective. Don't try and rush it and be like, okay, no, I'm done, I can move on, because that means you can maybe leave some things undone. You can be ignoring some emotions that still haven't been dealt with, okay? And your advice is the King of Wands, and the King of Wands is saying, be authentic, speak your truth, say what's true to you, do what's true to you, stand your ground. So just be authentic, be your honest self. Don't try and pretend to be someone you're not. All right, if you pick 2, let's see what we've got. Oh, this is great. Ooh, awesome. Okay, so if you pick 2, on the surface, we've got the 6 of Swords, and you're beneath the surface, the Ace of Swords, and your advice is the Ace of Swords. So it's all swords, but overall they're very positively aspected, and I see with the 2 Aces of Swords a lot of clarity, a lot of mental clarity. And who knows, maybe you had some mental stress previously, because I definitely see a new perspective coming in, and to embrace that new perspective. On the surface, we've got the 6 of Swords, which is kind of like coming home from a battle, or a journey, or just like coming home. So maybe you're really going back to the way that you used to be. Like, maybe it's a new normal though. Was there something that happened that was so stressful that like your head was just all over the place? And now you're feeling like you're coming back to yourself. You're feeling a lot more confident, and like you've learned a lot. You're very experienced, and you've learned from that experience, and you've become a lot stronger from it. I feel like You have a new perspective, new courage, new strength. It could even be a whole entire new belief system, a new way of looking at the world, at yourself, at others, at situations, right? And your advice card is to embrace that new perspective. Just embrace it. It's great to have a clear head. All right, if you pick 3, let's see what we've got. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so if you picked 3, on the surface we've got the Knight of Pentacles, and during the 4th week, remember, we had the King of Pentacles. Beneath the surface we've got the Eon. This is also known as Judgment in many other decks, and your advice card is the King of Cups. So I feel like with this one, on the surface, you're just moving forward in like step-by-step, practical, matter-of-fact manner. You know, make sure you're making sure that, you know, you've got a schedule, you're getting your exercise, you're eating the right kind of food, you know, those practical type of things, doing your taxes, whatever it is. But beneath the surface, I feel like you are, or have recently gone, or you will go through, I feel like for most of you, you will go through, you're in the middle of going through a complete crossroads, a complete change of how you view the world. And that really does tap into your theme of the Hierophant, getting that higher perspective. Maybe you've been forced that higher perspective because you haven't really had another option. There are certain things that have come up that maybe were hidden from you before, and they've all come up, the good and the bad, and you've had to, you know, move forward with that and learn from it. And I feel like your advice card with the King of Cups is saying, you know, this is a very like emotionally mature card, like, and also very psychological and quite emotional card. Like, it's very positively aspected. So I feel like whatever it is that you've recently been through, it has been intense, like very, very intense. It's something that you haven't been able to ignore in your life, this internal change, even though on the surface it might seem like maybe on the surface to other people, they just see you doing your thing, right? But underneath the surface, there's been a massive change. So maybe only people really close to you would know about that. But the King of Cups is saying to embrace, you know, balancing your head and your heart, to be emotionally mature, and that you can love again. But just to be heart smart, mainly. All right. If you'd like a private reading, send me an email or check out my website. That's all in the description box below. Comment below, like what resonated with you in the reading. I love reading your comments. I do monthly and mid-monthly videos, so definitely make sure you're subscribed. And if you're still here, ooh, secret bonus card. 6 of Cups. So the 6 of Cups is telling you that whatever it was that made you feel like connected to your childhood, like if you like to eat strawberry ice cream as a child, go get that strawberry ice cream. If you like to do somersaults, do somersaults. Those things that you really enjoyed to do as a child, if it's bubble baths, even if you have a little rubber ducky in the bath, like do it, right? Do those things that to really nourish your inner child, okay? All right, have a great month. Bye.